Hey, welcome to the MIlo Show. My name is Jeff. I'm here in the Marble Bar on Holden Street, and we're here talking to Ryan Place over here, who is the Vice President of the Book Club of Detroit and also the event chair for the Festival of Books that's happening on July 16th. Ryan, I've had a lot of musicians on this show. I've had a lot of musical discussions, but I've never gotten a chance to talk about books. You're here to tell us about what Bookfest is coming up this month in Eastern Market.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for having me on the show, Jeff. Detroit Festival of Books is going to happen Sunday, July 16th at Shed 5 at Eastern Markets. There's going to be about 150 book vendors there, and they're also going to be selling, like used books, rare books, unusual books, books of all sorts. Some local authors will be able to showcase their wares. We'll have some vinyl records there. We'll have creative arts, so we'll be diversifying in other ways as well.
A big bazaar.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell us about what the Book Club of Detroit is. I became aware of it only a couple years ago and then found out it's been around for a while.
It has. The book club was actually founded in 1957, and primarily we're about 150 people who, a lot of us collect rare books, and we like to meet, at least once a month and look at, interesting book events. We go out to talks, we hear talks from authors, talks from book collectors. So, it's just people who love literature, love books, and we want to encourage a greater love of that in our community.
When you guys get together, do you, are there ambitions, goals, strategic plan, a mission? Is there, kind of a common goal?
Yeah, well, we do have a 10-person board of directors that meets once a month, and we're kind of the planning committee of that. And, we just try to find events that will help bring people out and highlight some of the significant works in the area.
Right.
For instance, we had Dr. Catherine Kangany talk about her book, and, we've had a lot of local authors, we've had book collectors from other states and stuff, so, really a lot of our resources have been focusing on the Book Fest.
Right. Tell us a bit more about what we can maybe anticipate at Bookfest.
Bookfest is going to have 150 vendors selling a variety of books and other items there, including vinyl records. And also we're going to have some food vendors. It's going to be located primarily in and around Shed 5, which is the northernmost shed of Eastern Markets. We're going to have Visit Detroit is going to have their mobile truck there.
Yeah.
It's going to be, just a fun atmosphere of people who may not have been exposed to rare books, unusual books, old books, used books. So one of the things that has surprised us the most, honestly, is the response from millennials.
That is the thing, because we live in a digital era, we live in a streaming world, we live in an ebook world.
Yep, absolutely.
Talk about how encouraging that is.
I think it blew all of us away. We launched our website and Facebook event page on January 11th of this year, and by the end of the week, we had an aggregate total of about 10,000 people interested.
Man.
And it blew all of us away because I thought we'd get like maybe 200-300 people who were like, yeah, that's cool, but it's really kind of grown on its own. It's taken on a life of its own.
Is there ever that sort of self-conscious thought in the back of your heads when you guys have meetings like, no, nobody cares about books anymore, do they?
we are
or at least
worried.
not the mainstream.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jeff. Yeah, we are worried, that millennials particularly are not joining clubs the way they used to in the past, people used to in past years, and also not collecting books because things are so ephemeral now, and people lead almost parallel virtual lives, and it's difficult. So it was extremely encouraging to see that.
What do you personally enjoy most about it?
I enjoy that we are having an opportunity to have probably the first major book festival in Detroit ever. And a lot of people, if you travel outside of Detroit, they often perceive Detroit as this, ignorant cultural wasteland, which just is not true. So I really think that, doing this, we're kind of counteracting that misperception. And that, to me, that's one of the best functions of this whole thing.
And then could you talk a bit about what you find fulfilling? Because I garnered that there's a sense of community when you guys gather around the idea of book collecting.
Yeah, it's just, books are the fundamental building blocks of knowledge, and there are so many great books out there. It's good to gobble some brain food. You got to read more, and we all just want to encourage a greater love of books in our community. And as we expand more with this, we've found that there are other people out there who, independently on their own, collect books, or they love books, or they want to get involved in books. So this festival particularly is a good opportunity for them to, gain more exposure to that.
You're a member of the Book Club of Detroit. I imagine you want to be there for a while.
Yep.
Maybe a whole generation from now. You'll still be there. You'll be an elder statesman. Do you guys talk about what kinds of things you want to do in the future?
Yes, we do. One thing we would like to do is we currently do not have a physical brick and mortar clubhouse. We do think that if we were able to, maybe purchase an old library in the city, or like a nice Victorian house somewhere, and build it into this kind of community clubhouse,
that'd be great.
That would also help attract a lot of people. So that's something that's definitely on our radar, and we would love to do that.
Okay.
If it pans out.
And then you're working with Eastern Market. There's some other people kind of partnering with you. Anything you want to mention more about?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Eastern Market, honestly, the reason this whole thing came to fruition was because, we got the support of Eastern Market.
Right.
Jim Charbonneau, who runs KDZ Consulting, built us a website. The city of Detroit has been great. DJ Zigzag is going to be spinning some funk records. We're going to have, drinks. We're going to have food. And everybody we've worked with, it's just been phenomenal. The community support has been absolutely outstanding. So I can't thank everybody enough. There's so many people to thank.
Can anyone at home participate in any way with the Book Club of Detroit? Can they join? Can they help? What is
Yes, absolutely. You can, if you want to. We would love to. You can get a year-long membership in the club.
Cool.
Or, we've had about 20 people send us emails asking if they can volunteer on their own for BookFest.
Right.
Which really, it really touched me. It kind of blew me away that they would reach out on their own like that.
Right on.
So, yeah, there's more ways to get involved with that. We are locked in. We will be doing this at least the next several years.
Awesome.
BookFest, in addition to our regular book club stuff. So, please reach out to us.
Please pick up a book, join a book club. Oh my gosh, start collecting books again. That's why I brought you on here, just so I could
Thank you.
get that kind of advocacy out there. Ebooks are cool, but there's no substitute for holding that.
The real deal.
Thing. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, Jeff.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
July 16th.
Take care.
BookFest. Cut.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that phase. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. That make me crazy. That make me crazy. That make me crazy. Probably. I hope you're having the time of your life. your soul. You really think you're in control? I know, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like me. My heroes have the heart to live their lives out on the limb. All I remember thinking, oh, is I wanna be like them. Ever since I was little, it looked like fun, and it's no coincidence I come. I'm not done. Maybe we're crazy. I said maybe we're crazy. Maybe we're crazy. Probably.
And now on the Milo Show, DJ duo Nothing Elegant, Sarah and Amy are here, otherwise known as Lady Fantastic and Amy Dreamcatcher. You guys have been doing parties, monthly parties at the Old Miami. You've been together for almost 6 years now.
Yeah, 6 years in September. Yep.
Tell us about how you met, how you got into DJing. Maybe I've heard your roots are in Taco Bell. Tell us the story. Paint us a picture.
Chalupas. Do you want to tell your
I'll tell my
version?
version of it. Well, our friend Nova was having a birthday party, and she asked a bunch of ladies to play, and Sarah and I both showed up with our bag of records and realized that 3/4 of the bags of records were exactly the same. And we were going just one to one. She'd play a song, I'd play a song. And I think we were having a lot of fun. We got asked to DJ a couple. I don't remember how it all kind of worked. But I remember just looking at her, and knowing me, I'm always like, well, let's just do something. Let's do a monthly. If we're going to do it, like, let's just start something.
Right.
I think for us, we're like, Sarah's a yes, I'm a yes. And so we were friends with Bridget Volpe, who was at the time the manager of the Old Miami, and we would just say, okay, second Saturday, and like set it on the calendar, and like every month it'd be like, okay, is next month free? And then it took about a year, and then we were permanently on the calendar.
It was a thing then.
They keep asking us to come back. So
talk about your early days in DJing. Talk about, what records did you guys bond over? What did you share? What were your similar tastes?
Whitney Houston.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, I was asked, I think, many years ago, Richie Wolfi, who owns Lo and Behold, who's obviously got a really good name in the music community.
Friend of the show.
Asked me, he was doing The Loving Touch, it was called, he had a weekly.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was like in the garden.
In the forest.
In the forest. And he asked me to play, and I was like super honored because I always really admired him as a DJ. So that's kind of like set things off for me.
Were you a DJ at that point?
That was the first time I actually
Did you feel accredited?
that was the first time I'd ever DJ'd in public. I was really nervous, but I pulled it off and I kept doing it, and then met Amy, and it was something that we both really loved, and we both really have a love of Whitney Houston and like 90s and like early R&B and hip hop. And it was like a good match. I mean, obviously we were raised in the time of like Prince and Michael Jackson and really
and
Madonna and like really great heavy hitters that like we literally still to this day play at every party.
Yeah. I don't think a party goes by where we don't play Salt and Peppa's Push It. I don't know. I think we were just wanting to, both as feminists and strong women, I think we both were like, hey, let's start a party that we bring other women to this, their talents into it. And we were just curating whomever. It didn't really matter as long as you were a woman and you wanted to participate. And I think people were coming because they wanted to support women in the arts. But I think we were also doing something that was needed. I just remember when I first moved to here and like end of 9 into 10, you'd go to a lot of house shows and like, not house as in like, but like house music. And that's fine on a Saturday, but there was just times where I was just like, I just want to dance to like Hypnotize and Salt and Peppa and just kind of let go. And, you know, you don't have to know a B-side. No one wants to dance to a B-side on a Saturday night.
Right.
When you're trying to let it like blow off steam and just kind of let loose and just kind of be free. And I don't know, we've just been able to do something that's what we found we've been told by a lot of DJs is not easy to do, which is just go one-to-one and just kind of know where the flow is, and we challenge each other and sometimes yell at each other and sometimes plays the same
like a marriage.
songs. And yes. And
I think it's been like we've created a party that's really accessible for a lot of people, which I think is really important. It's like gay, straight, black, doctor, student, which I think is really, really important, that it's like come as you are. And we play songs that are accessible, that are like nostalgic and sentimental to people. Like everyone, like who doesn't like Prince or like Michael Jackson or, you know, a lot of the stuff that we play, which I think is why people keep coming back.
Yeah.
I hope. And they seem to really like us.
I think we know like how to throw a party. We know how to bring energy. We know how to set a tone. We don't take ourselves that seriously. Hence the name Nothing Elegant.
Right.
I think that was something too, like from the get-go. Like we found this picture of Amelia Earhart standing in front of this plane, and the caption read like Nothing Elegant. Amelia Earhart stands, you know, in her coveralls in front of this plane, and we looked at each other. I'll never forget this day. We were sitting in the pub. Yeah. We looked at Woodbridge Pub, and we looked at each other, and we're like,
that's it.
This is it. This is the name. And we looked and we're like, yeah. And so if we both took off our right shoe, we both have it tattooed on our.
All right.
Which we got on Valentine's Day.
Which we got.
This is on my mind. So a little while ago, the Wonder Woman movie came out, and there was a big controversy in Austin that they were going to have a screening of just women who were allowed to come. And there was a big hullabaloo. All of the gents were like, we don't like that. So I was wondering, you know, in the first couple of years, did you ever have to confront any friction like that? Where you're saying, like, you know, if you
no names.
See, I mean, you know, if you say
Yes,
like it's a feminist party, or if you do have that feminist, like every once in a while that there's that knee jerk guy out there who's like, oh, well then I'm not allowed to come.
We had someone once say, like, I think we asked if we could play this thing with him, and he was like, no, I take this really seriously. And we were like, huh. Like that's okay, well so do we. It's just we just have a completely different approach to it. Yeah.
I just think it's such a double standard though
100%.
too. I mean, it's cool that people refer to us as female DJs, but we're also just DJs. You know, like we want to be known for throwing great, accessible, fun parties. I think first and foremost, obviously we do make it accessible, and we started it to have our other women friends come and join us, because we would see so many times our male friends getting asked to DJ like art openings and
really big parties or events, and you're like, where? What?
And we're like, hi, we're available. Instead of sitting on the sidelines, we were like, all right, like let's just do this on our own and create this party where all of our lady friends that get overlooked can come and join us and hone their skills. So like in defense of like not like, I mean, we've had some really great male allies that we DJ with. I mean, Dante LaSalle, who 100%. We love, and Drew Pompa, who
who taught me how to DJ.
Who taught her how to DJ, who lives in Philly now. I mean, Peter, who's in Chicago. I mean, we've got some great guys also that have like supported us. So like to side note that of.
But starting with the question that you asked, yes, we have had problems just by showing up as a woman.
And what helped you get through that? Any kind of frustration that you would have? Did you guys lean on each other for that?
Oh,
Just
100%.
Absolutely. And I think we're like Amy and I are like very comfortable in like who we are.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were both kind of raised in families, I feel like, that are like you are confident in what you do. And I mean, I think that like that's what sells us, I think. I mean, like we are really proud and confident of what we do, especially in DJing and Nothing Elegant. And I think that like that goes a long way. Like people feel that energy from us where we're like, you know, we're not going to back down, and
the energy is empowering.
And I feel like people like telling us like we can't do something only like inspires us to be like, we're going to prove you wrong.
Yeah,
it makes us work harder.
If we weren't good DJs, we would not be sitting here. But we know the beat. We can, you know, we might not be like the best mixers on the planet, but we are amazing song selectors.
And I think we are like part of Nothing Elegant. Like we're not just standing on stage playing records. Like we're out in the crowd dancing with people that are coming. We're like, a lot of DJs like don't do that. They're behind their turntables and they're not connecting on a different level with the people that are at their parties. Where like, it's also really important for us to like socialize with the people that come to our parties. I mean, we're really grateful that these people keep showing up like month after month after month. People that have like really been coming. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
So we're coming up on 6 years of doing it. So if we look back on how much has not even all of your adventures or exploits or parties or whatever, but like think about how much has changed in the city now. You know, we have the rise of. We have a Girls Rock Detroit. We have a Seraphine Collective. We have Jordan Sunshine and DJ Rebecca Goldberg, and we have you guys and
Emily Thornhill is the first female NBA DJ. Like that's
major.
It's major, and we get to call them friends. And I just think that we weren't looking for permission. We just were trying to do something that we believed in. I think that's anyone who's making music or DJing or throwing a party, you just need to believe in that. And I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but it just gave us the energy to say like, oh, we should keep doing this. There's been a couple of times where I'm like, I don't know if we should keep doing this.
No, we've had a couple of nights where we're like, just pack it up, we're done. Shut it down. It's over.
But something keeps bringing you back.
For me, I don't think there's anything better than watching people dance.
Yeah.
And like having people, we're there 4 hours once a month on the second Saturday, and to just see people come and like put their guard down and have a couple drinks,
really
and dance,
sweaty and dance,
and just like let it all out and kind of like have that be their church in a way, and then like be like, all right, see you guys next month, and like. That to me feels really good. I mean, Amy and I work really hard outside of like what we do with Nothing Elegant. We both have like full-time jobs where we're really busy in the city. And so for us, I feel like it's very therapeutic as well, where we're like, all right, like we just get to like chill out, play some music, hang out with our friends, and like let it all go for a little bit.
Last question. Salt and Pepper is a go-to.
Okay.
Is there any other, individually, a song that is a go-to? Like your power move?
We're gonna probably say the same thing.
You do it. You go first.
It's like, imagine we're at the end of Empire Strikes Back.
Oh.
And we have to jump to hyperspace.
I mean,
what song jumps you to hyperspace?
I mean, Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac. We were talking about this before.
I always say that my walk-up song, if I was a baseball player, is "Lose Control" from Missy Elliott. Like that to me, I feel like that when Nothing Elegant. If without like Missy Elliott at least once within the 4 hours. It wouldn't be a Nothing Elegant party.
Safe, welcoming,
you are
fun
Return of the
place
Mac.
to lose control.
Yeah.
That's
Safe
nothing.
way.
That's nothing elegant.
Perfect.
And cut. Thank you guys.
Oh my god, thanks. That was like super easy.
It's fun, right?
It was so easy.
Show. You know, the government's trying to take all your rights away from you. You know, you're not allowed to text and drive. You're not allowed to text and Facebook. You're not even allowed to text. You're not even allowed to watch the MIlo show while you're driving around on YouTube, because that's illegal. You see, they want to come here and rock and roll, but they ain't gonna. They try to stop us, law and teachers. They say that we spun out of control.
Yeah, dog. I'm ready, dog. Almost quit town.